Austin here from Boss, and I'm going to show you how to do the basic panel settings on top of the Katana 50 today. So from left to right, we start with the amp type. So right now I am playing on the acoustic amp, which can work with an acoustic guitar, which is pretty cool, but it sounds great as a clean electric guitar amp. If you're looking for a little more clean saturation, I would select to go to the clean amp, and here's what that sounds like. You notice as I dug more into the string of the guitar, you notice that there was a little bit of gain happening there. And that's really, really good if you're looking for dynamics out of a clean amplifier. The next amp type we get to is the crunch. The crunch is going to get a little bit more gainy. Works really, really great dynamically. So here we go. So you notice as I backed off the volume on the guitar as well as my pick attack, you notice that it started to clean up a little bit. It works just like a tube amp, which is great. Next we get to the lead channel. The lead channel is going to be a little bit more high gain, but it's going to give more mid punch like you would want from a lead sound. So here's what that sounds like. So it works really, really great for screaming lead tones, which is really awesome. And then next we get to the brown sound. And the brown sound is really great for that warmer, crisper, almost British sounding amplifier. So here we go. So you even notice on the brown sound, you have that high gain level, you still get the dynamics that you would get from a tube amp, which is really, really awesome. And then moving on to the other controls, you have a basic gain control, preamp volume, which I like to usually push to the highest level because it gets the most dynamics out of the amplifier, which is great. You have a 3-band tone stack, bass, middle, and treble. And then the other fun part of the Katana is that you have built-in effects that you can add on top of your sounds. So I'll switch to the clean amp so you can kind of hear some of the effect sound differences. So the first effect that we have is called Booster. And Booster is going to be overdrives. So built into the amp, you get 3 of them selectable. You notice by the selectable button here, you push the button for a different sound. They change colors. The green mode is my favorite because it's a blues driver. So this is going to be like kind of like a crunchy overdrive sound. So here's what the blues driver sounds like. So pretty sweet that we get some pedals built into the unit. The same works when you turn the knob all the way to the right. So you get a different type of effect, and it says mod, so it's going to be modulatory effects. Right now, since it's selectable on green, it's actually going to be a chorus sound. And here's what the chorus sounds like. So really great, and you can also select between a couple of different other modulatory effects like flanger and phaser and stuff like that just by using the colors, which is great. So I'm going to stick with that chorus sound because I like that chorus a lot. And then the next effect knob we get to is the delay. And the delay is really cool because you actually have a tap tempo button on top of the amp where you can pump in the tempo. So let's say my tempo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So pretty sweet that I actually get the delay built in with a tap tempo control, which is awesome, instead of using just a knob to control the time. And again, just like all the buttons on top of the effects, you can select between different types of delay. So green's going to be digital, red's going to be analog, and orange is going to be tape. I prefer tape delays myself, so I'm going to leave the tape delay on there. And then we get to the other side of the delay effects knob, and now the effects knob is going to be auxiliary effects, like you can get tremolos, EQs, pitch shifters. Right now that's built into the amp. The green mode is going to be a tremolo. So I'll play a little bit of the tremolo. And as you turn the knob, you can intensify the effect a little bit more. So obviously as I turn it up, it's going to turn up the most prevalent parameter, which is going to be great. So here's what it sounds like. So really awesome, it controls the speed. So I'm going to go back to the delay over here and turn the knob and get my nice tape delay sound, which is awesome. And then the last knob is going to be a reverb knob. So it's just the one effect. You can also change the reverb sound. Red is going to be a spring, orange is going to be a hall, and green is going to be a plate. I preferably like the plate myself, so I'm going to keep the plate reverb on there. And here's what my tone stack sounds like. So again, really awesome sounds that you can get out of the amplifier. Continuing on with the rest of the knobs, we have a master control. It's pretty obvious what it does. It controls the master volume, or the master output level. And then we also have this really cool chicken knob here for a power control. So the power control has 4 selectable ways. On the 50, you get a maximum of 50 watts out of the unit. So that gets pretty screaming loud to get over a drummer or any sort of small gig situation. The 0.5 watts is great for bedroom volumes, which is really awesome. And then you also have a standby switch, just like you would on a tube amp. So that way when I'm going into the amp and I unplug, you won't get the crackling sound. And then you also have a middle point, which is also 25 watts, which is great. So now that I have my tone stack, I played with all the knobs, I got a great sound going on, how do I save it to the amplifier so I can recall it again? So to do that, it's really simple. You see you have 2 selectable channel buttons on top of the 50. So right now we're in the panel mode, which means everything on top of the amplifier, the knobs the way they are, is the way they're set. And to save it to a channel, I simply press and hold on the channel that I want. So right now I'm going to save it to channel 1, push and hold on channel 1, wait for channel 2 to blink, and there you go. You have now your saved channel 1 clean tone, which sounds like this. Okay, great. So now we saved channel 1 and we have our great clean sound. So now how do we get a secondary sound into the amplifier? So we're going to first switch back to the panel mode. So press the panel button, and now we're in the manual savable mode. So let's say we want to get something a little bit dirtier, right? A little bit crunch. So I personally like the crunch amp on the Katana 50. Sounds great. We're going to change the gain structure a little bit. I'm going to bring it up, and the bass in the middle can stay and the treble can stay where it's at. But I want to take out all the effects and just get a basic, crunch tone. So to simply do that, we take the effects knobs and turn them all the way to the off position, which is going to be all the way to the left. And now I have just the crunch with some reverb. So I'm going to switch to my bridge pickup, and here we go. So there's my basic crunch sound, which is awesome. So now how do I save it to channel 2? Well, it's exactly the same process as saving to channel 1, except we're going to now push and hold on the channel 2 button. So press and hold on channel 2, wait for the channel 1 light to blink, and you're done. And now you have a channel 1 saved for your clean, and you got channel 2 saved for your crunch, which is awesome. So to switch between them, using just your hands, you can switch to channel 1 by pressing the channel 1 button, and the channel 2 button to switch between the two. But let's say you want to go out and gig with this amplifier. So you can't exactly move back to your amp and press the channels with your hands. So you have to use a foot pedal or a foot switch. So in the next video, we'll talk about using the foot switch and the FS6 using the Katana 50. And we'll go over how to switch channels and stuff like that. So super awesome. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a great day.